Movies.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Triple P&J.
It just started.
The movie's going.
Run it back. Run it back.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Triple P&J. If y'all haven't done so already, y'all know what we do. Actually, what you can do is you can go back to the other 100 and X amount of videos that we done posted and then watch the first 3 minutes of the sequence, and then you can see what we need y'all to do then, okay? So, I'm just kidding. Please like, share, describe.
Describe. Ooh,
What is going on?
like, share, subscribe, comment on the audio platforms. Please download the episode and leave us a 5-star rating.
Thank you.
What outfits? We should have, but we sitting down and we have the table. They wouldn't have been able to get the full effect.
There's something about these
Drop
cups.
the picture.
I don't think they just need to have it.
Yeah, I put a picture at the end. We got new cups, guys.
Yep, with our hydration pack of water inside.
And
Ice water.
I heard
Ice
the
water.
ice. I heard
Yeah, ice water is real cold.
It keeps us real hydrated and cool during these summer days in Louisiana.
So, what's been going on? What's up with y'all? How y'all feeling tonight on this lovely Sunday?
well rested.
Me too.
Good.
I slept all day.
Oh, I didn't, but I got sleep.
That's all that matters.
Daniel, how you feeling? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm also well rested and here,
Present.
Yay.
present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
PB.
You know, it's always an honor to be here with you guys. I'm just happy that I got some merch.
Okay, as of today, PB is an official member of Triple P&J. He doesn't even know this is the announcement. He's an official member of Triple P&J.
Why you did this?
So I just figured I would let you know on camera since everybody
bullshit.
already.
No.
I didn't discuss it with the group. I just made the executive decision. You're hired.
Congratulations.
Come on, BB.
Congrats. Welcome to the show. Officially.
Well, thanks, guys.
Do you want to give a speech? You can get closer to the mic.
I can't.
It's too much.
She said, I can't, and then proceeds to give a speech.
Yeah, I really can't.
Hey, look, for the one time. For the one time.
I'm emotional.
glad
You know
you
what?
guys listen.
I'm gonna give the speech for Troy.
Oh, man.
I just want to thank. I just want to thank all my people out there. I just want to thank the ones that thank me for being me. I just also want to thank me for being here. And let's fucking go.
That's spot on.
That's pretty much how he would have said it anyway.
Y'all
wanna
tell
thank me?
PB congratulations in the comments.
Yeah, drive down in the comments and tell him congratulations. You put the work in. You deserve to be here. Now, we haven't X'd anybody else off the show. He's just getting added on.
Yeah, so don't start y'all rumors.
Don't start
We
y'all
don't like that.
bullshit.
We don't like that.
We build the team. We don't break it down.
Right.
Hello.
So, PB, since you're the newest official member of the show, bring in the first topic since you thought of it.
Well, guys, we're going to do a quick
I'm one of the guys tonight.
overview of this top 100 movies. So for those who don't know, the New York Times released a list of the top 100 movies of the 21st century. Now, a century is about 25 years. I could have sworn we've been in the 21st century forever and a damn day.
Hold on, say that again.
It's like 25 years or something.
No, the
That's what they had
century is 100.
That's what they had read. That's what they had said in the article.
But that's not right.
Hey, I'm just going off what they said.
A quarter century.
But why would you repeat that foolishness?
Because
it's not correct.
They told me they had got that off of one of them.
Who is
One of them
that?
apps. The people that had wrote this.
We're
Say their
currently in
names.
the 21st century. So
Say their names or keep it on the playground.
So anything 2000 and post 2000.
That's what they said.
Some of them
I believe they meant a quarter of a century.
Okay, so here we gotta go. We
But-
have to have a social studies.
I'm going off what they said. I knew. Hey,
So we already know this list is fucked.
it is.
Because they can't even get a century right.
They damn sure can. All right, so just a quick little rundown. Chime in on saying just movies I've seen. So coming in at 100, we have literally like one of the greatest fucking movies like ever made. And if you've never seen it, you are definitely depriving yourself of a good fucking laugh.
Seen it.
Oh wow.
Super bad.
That's the
Isn't
wrong
that
Super
movie.
bad.
the
Oh,
yes.
I have seen it.
Isn't that the funny movie with with the cops or something?
No,
Wait, what list is this? Because that
this
wasn't-
is the official list.
that wasn't 100 on the list you sent me.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
so I don't
wasn't.
even know what I'm talking about then.
Some of the movies, majority of the movies are the same. Give or take like about 9 or 10.
Are you on the Times or rolling?
I'm
Damn,
on the Times.
That's the one you gotta pay for.
I created
Because
another email.
It's Margaret
Mhm.
apparently.
No,
So-
but this is the official list. The New York Times one is the
I think
official,
Rolling Stones
not
is
Rolling
one.
Stones. All right, so super bad. You know, the funny thing about that is my back's located on my cock. All right, bunch of quotables.
Say that again.
Oh, super bad.
Mm-hmm. So it was a scene, just the purpose. The girl was looking for a favor, and she was like, you know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. He says, you know, the funny thing about that is my back's located on my cock. Yeah.
Oh.
So scratch that.
Yep, scratch it.
Sound like it'll hurt, but okay.
That's that shit we was talking about a couple of episodes ago.
Kinky shit.
I know it's a name for it, but I don't know what to call it.
Well, if it's been itching, just put some lotion on it.
Right, if it's been itching, get some help.
All right, at 99, Memories of a Murder. Never heard of it. All right.
We about to
But-
offend some people.
Hey,
Whoops.
Grizzly Man at 98. Coming in at number 97, Gravity with Sandra Bullock. You ever seen that? Like she's like fucking stuck in space. It's a great fucking movie.
We already put our 5 in the
No, I think I seen a clip.
The ones that
It's
we
great.
know.
All right, 96, Black Panther. Maybe it should have been up higher on the list, but not mad at it.
Yeah, on the other list it was.
What year
higher.
did that movie come out exactly?
2018. 2018.
I feel like it should have had more love than that. But hey, it's still on the top 100
It's
on the
still
list.
on the top of the
Because we're
list.
talking about a century worth of movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
get
that.
it. It's still-
Shout out to Ryan Coogler.
I think it should at least been in like the
Chadwick
top
Boseman.
70.
Right.
At least.
Definitely should have. Definitely should. 95, The Worst Person in the World. You know, Minority Report. Don't really remember this one, but I know I did see it like when I was younger. It was a decent movie. Not that, you know, it's that impactful. Michael Clayton. Don't really
That's
know about
the
it.
name of the movie?
Yeah.
What's the synopsis on that one?
I don't want to.
You don't care for it?
Yeah.
Next.
Is it starring George Clooney? You know, he's a fixer trying to undo damage for one of his colleagues. 92, Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
That was the best
Hey,
for me. Gladiator was such a good movie, and I'm
That
not
shit
gonna lie,
was-
I
that
watched the
shit was
second
raw.
one. You watched the second one?
yeah, and I really didn't
Yeah,
know
I
feel like it was like something
They
like
wanted-
missing in the storyline.
What it
'Cause, like,
is they was trying too hard for it to be Gladiator, but it wasn't the same thing. Like you had the whole because Leonidas,
no,
what was
Marcus
his name?
Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius had I guess he had an affair or something with.
Yeah, like that was like the whole thing. It was like
Yeah, well, and then they had the kid, and the kid was technically, I think he was royalty, or something like that. The whole story was basically kind of just like how they did his dad, where they forced him to basically be like in the ring or fight for his freedom or some shit, and then like the ruling twins or whatever they were, a bunch of dickheads, the
Yeah.
same way the dude on the first one was to him, and then he was trying to play into the whole crowd. And basically, they were just trying to duplicate what they did on the first one, and it just didn't get the
yeah,
same.
you just
Right.
couldn't.
Because the first one, they came off the bat like they was in a battle. I'm talking,
Right.
they was with the Anglo-Saxon Germans fighting, boy. They was. I'm talking
And like
about
you understood that, you know what I'm saying? Like the jealousy, you know what I'm saying, like the plot where, you know what I'm saying, like the father, you know what I'm saying, he's the ruler, you know, he favors his, you know what I'm saying, his top soldier, he raised him like a son. His son won shit. The son, you know what I'm saying, feel like he should have all this, that, and the third because, and he was like, man, what, fuck you. And you know, and the only thing, and the crazy thing is, you know what I'm saying, the dad favored the soldier over the son. The dad died, and so he was about to leave.
You talking about the first one?
Yeah. He was about to leave. Maximus was about to leave.
Yeah,
Maximus, he was ready to
wanted
go home.
retire.
Yeah.
So he could be with his wife and kids, and basically he was about to have that, but his son, the ruler's son, was upset because he found out that he wasn't going to be the successor. He found out that Maximus was going to be the successor, and then when he ended up dying, he killed him. Yeah, he killed him. Yeah, he killed his son. His son basically stabbed his dad in the back or the stomach or something like that, and then blamed Maximus.
I thought he smothered him with a pistol. I don't really.
Yeah, he did something like that, but he blamed it on Maximus. He called the guards, blamed it on him, and yeah, that's when he got arrested. And he was basically like, "You're gonna either you fight my battles and win my wars for me, or bitch, it's you fight for your freedom." And that's basically what happened.
It's crazy.
So,
it's crazy. So we're gonna move on. But the part I always liked about that was the fact that he had an affair with old girl, and and she was really dick drunk. She kept trying to throw that little coochie at him, and he was like, "Man, bitch, I got a wife back home. But this war is over. I'm ready to go."
And she did try to throw.
What she try to throw?
That coochie. Alright, man, look. Moving on, dog. This should take off. Alright, 91. Fish tank.
She's trying to throw the Unani. Speaking of fish
I better
tank.
stop trying to throw them little coaches around.
Here we go again.
Could you imagine throwing coochie around that time? You ain't got no running water. You out there living
Royalty did.
You out there living in the mud, your dress and shit dragging on the ground, and horse, cow shit, and all that
Dirty
there.
coochie.
They used to go to war behind Coochie back
Yeah.
then.
He said, "I'm trying to taste how your day was."
They used to Coochie used
I'm
to
trying to
cause
taste how
wars
your day
between
was.
nations and kingdoms.
Was it
Hey.
stressful?
Hey.
Did you have a good day? I can tell.
That is a line.
I can tell.
That is a line right there.
Just let me get a look.
That nigga said, "I want to taste how you man."
Come on, man.
Hey, all right, moving on. 90. France is high. Hey, that don't even sound like some shit I would watch. 89. Interstellar. It's kind of like
I heard Interstellar was a
Gravity. It's
good
kind of like
masterpiece.
Gravity, but you know what I'm saying? It was dope.
I didn't
Motherfuckers
see
stuck
the
in space
movie.
on another planet type shit.
Yeah,
That shit was
it
cool.
was supposed to be a bit based on a true event or something like
I
that.
think it was loosely based on something that happened. Anyway,
You know what I think was better? Martian. I think they did it better when with Matt Damon.
never seen it.
I have it on DVD. Y'all should watch it. I'm telling you, that was a good one.
I think Fifth Element was better.
No, we're not on the same. We're not in the same category at that point. Matt Damon, he was they went to a mission on Mars, and they were just basically trying to cultivate a section of Mars. They were just trying to learn how to, they were doing plans, gathering data and stuff. And then the storm hit, and he basically got knocked out by a panel, and they thought he died, so they left him at Mars because they had no choice but to leave Mars. So they emergency evacuated and hit the space thing or whatever, and then they ended up flying back. And halfway through, he was able to he came back alive. He had the blood clotted his suit, so that's how he was able to stay alive. And then, long story short, they found out. They basically ignored NASA and said, "We're gonna turn back around and go get him," and they got him. And it was a great movie. It was very good.
So you saw a lot of these movies.
No, I seen that
I
movie.
feel like y'all judge us for being movie buffs. Y'all
No,
don't
it's
like watching
okay.
movies,
He
then.
just said he didn't know a lot
Because the rest of the
movies.
90-something I probably don't know.
I mean, there are some on here. All right, so moving on. 88. The Gleaners and I. The Gleaners. I don't fucking know. All right, 87. Now I had a hard time watching these. I sat there because I wanted to make sure I don't want to be one of those people that doesn't know. But I sat there and I watched all the Lord of the Rings. I just really get into it.
I like Lord of the Rings.
I just never got into them.
I actually used to play the games on PS2 with my friends.
Shit seems boring as hell. I don't even know how you could make that a game.
It's like you ever played Elder Scrolls?
Nope.
Skyrim?
Nope, because all that shit reminded me of when I first got into like the newer video games. You know, had a Sega. Then when the PlayStation came out,
You had a
wasn't it?
Sega?
Yeah, Sega, Nintendo
official
64. And then I remember when the first time I had seen Final Fantasy, I want to say it was Final Fantasy 7. That was a cold ass commercial. That commercial was cold as hell.
Don't even talk
But
about
then
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core. for the PSP. I don't care what nobody fucking say. That game is undefeated.
But I didn't like that little shit where, you know what I'm saying, like this the monster. This person runs up and takes a hit. Then the monster come over and hit this person.
That's called turn-based action.
I hate that shit.
It does.
I hate that.
It's strategic because sometimes like you can calculate what you know is about to happen based off of like moves, but it's like it's a gamble because they have a set move base. It's like Pokemon. It's really like Pokemon. If you don't fuck with Pokemon, you can't fuck with that.
Yeah, Pokemon Red and Blue, and then I was done. Moving on. 86, Past Life. Never heard of it. 85, Anchorman. It's pretty fucking funny.
It is a pretty fucking funny movie.
Pretty fucking funny. I think this is 2. Like the Legend of Ron Burgundy. I think that was part 2. I don't know.
Most people probably watch that movie under the influence.
No, it's actually number 1. I missed the first one.
Extra.
So, all right. Melancholy. Never heard of it. All right. But I mean, actually, looking at the movie poster, like I did see
remember it being in theaters.
Yeah, like I remember the movie theater.
Melancholy.
Inside Llewyn Davis. I don't fucking know. At 82, The Art of Killing. Never heard of it. 81, Black Swan. Great fucking movie.
Yeah, I think that was it a scary movie or was it a horror movie?
I don't really remember.
Thriller?
Like, it was like a thriller, like a horror-fied thriller type deal. All right. 80, Valor.
Valor was good.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of remember Penelope Cruz, like, but I don't really.
Isn't
remember.
that another one of those like military movies?
Doesn't say anything about it.
I'm pretty sure
It
that
says
was
multiple generation of women show resolve, how to resolve negative issues. So yeah, that saves you there. It's nothing to do with the military. Moving on. 79, The Tree of Life. Never heard of it. 78, After Sun.
I didn't get a chance to Google it anyway. Moving on.
At 77, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Now this movie is a fucking mindfuck.
That's the name of the movie?
Yes. Everything, Everywhere,
Who played it?
All at Once. The chick from, I don't know everyone's name. The chick from Crunch a Tiger, Hidden Dragon. If you watched any of the Indiana Jones shits, Short Round, the little kid, like he was in there. Like Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. Like it's crazy. Like it's a lot of shit like going on like in this movie, bro. But like the message behind everything, like son,
That's what's up.
like this shit like really deep. Like it really called like.
So what's
Shut
this
up.
one?
Oh yeah. 76, Old Brother, We're Out Thou. I am a man of constant sorrow. Hey, if you haven't seen it, you should fucking watch it. It's fucking great. Stars George Clooney. It's great.
Can you send me all the movies that I need to watch?
75.
I'll watch at least
Armor.
5 of these.
Yeah, we did say that
Should have a
earlier.
Watch party.
Yeah, we should.
Watch party.
74, The Florida Project. All right.
I think we talked about that.
Talked about it. 73, Ratatouille. Great fucking movie. And I know y'all seen that.
Yeah.
I don't think that was on y'all list.
It
but-
wasn't.
Yeah, but
That's a Disney movie, so
Yeah.
that's crazy that I made it
it's
into a
Pixar.
top. You're right, Pixar. My apologies.
Yeah, I mean they're owned by Disney, but you know everybody.
It came on Disney.
Yeah, but don't get them. You don't be mixing people's names, or they get offended. 72, Carol. I don't know what that's about. Ocean's 11 at 71. Y'all never seen
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, so y'all seen all of them, or did y'all just see that one? It's like
I've
3
seen
of them.
all of them.
Isn't that
Okay.
a movie about like where they're like aquatic people or something like that?
No,
No, they're
they're,
robbing.
yeah, they're thieves.
Ocean 11?
Yes, 11, 12, 13, and then there's Ocean's 8, which is
Oh, like pirates?
No, they're just
No.
regular everyday people.
Robbing
Like they
banks
just
and
rob
shit.
bank like real strategically. You know,
I
some
gotta
shit
watch
like
those. I've been hearing
Yeah.
about them. I just didn't
Yeah, they're
know
good.
what they were.
that. George Clooney, Brad Pitt. Yeah, you
Wasn't
definitely
Samuel
enjoy.
Jackson in there? No.
I don't know. Don Cheadle was in it.
Oh,
Maybe one of them.
That's a pretty
that
good.
could.
70. Let the Right One In. Okay, I feel like that was a subliminal message. 69. Under the Skin. The fact that this
That's
movie
crazy that they
is
put that
at 69.
is wild. Under the
Okay.
Skin.
Hey.
Under the Skin.
Hey.
68, The Hurt Locker. This was a great fucking movie. I know you've seen this. About disposing of bombs and like the military and shit.
I think so, man.
Yeah, it's great. Well, not necessarily like bombs, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like ammunition, like on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying, like going to take out mines and like warheads and shit like that.
Ordnance disposal.
67, Tar. All right. 66, Spotlight. 65, Oppenheimer. Like, it's crazy. It's about the fucking.
That's the one that we were talking
we was
about.
talking
We
about.
started getting to the whole like Shutter Island and all them other films.
I know Oppenheimer. It's about the nuclear bomb when they dropped it on Hiroshima. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a great ass movie. 'Cause I didn't know like all that shit went down. You know what I'm saying? Just for those who haven't seen it, just to bring y'all up. Like he got with Albert Einstein to, you know what I'm saying? Like they created this motherfucking bomb. America dropped the bomb and they wanted to sue this. They was trying to they wanted this man dead because like why the fuck did you create that? Bitch, I created it. I didn't tell nobody to use the shit. So why is this on me?
Right.
Like,
I don't know. The human race just learns how to weaponize every damn thing. So you can't be upset about this man for creating something. Y'all just like, you know what? I like that. I'm gonna take that shit and I'm gonna fuck them up with it.
but then when
Because
people,
a bat,
when people
was
get too
made for
fucked
baseball,
up, oh, it's
and
your
all of
fault.
a sudden, people would get beat with bats. So you're not gonna sue the person that made a bat or a golf club.
They just
They
might.
might.
They just might. This day and age.
I'm just saying, y'all fine. Y'all can use anything for a damn weapon. Shit, you use words for a weapon. You be mind fucking folk, and now all of a sudden you sue them.
Gaslighting.
They call
Gaslighting. I'm about to start
gaslight
suing
manipulation.
folks for
Yeah.
fucking gaslighting.
And you literally can. You know, there are laws in place for that. At 64, Gone Girl.
Okay,
63, Little Miss Sunshine. I feel like I heard of that. At 62, Memento. 61, Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Oh, yeah,
I seen that. Shout out to Quentin
Volume 2 was
Tarantino.
good too, though.
Yeah, but only number 1 made the
Well, I
list.
think 2 should have been on there before.
Yeah.
Was Kill Bill the one where he was like a player?
No, Uma Thurman was killing everybody that killed her.
I'm trying to think about. There was like one.
They
where it's
buried
like,
her alive. They thought she was dead, and she came back and killed all of them. You see, I could talk about that one.
Yeah.
So
What was your
say
favorite part?
When she killed Vivica Fox.
Damn, that was fucked up. That was fucked
I
up.
felt bad for Vivica, but they fought hard.
They did.
They fought
They
real
fought hard
hard.
as hell.
I looked at Vivica's face before she died, and I was like, "Damn."
That's crazy.
She put the strap in the cereal box. Like that's one hell of a kid prize
shot
for your
her
kid.
ass.
Like now what that baby in there eating the damn cereal and a whole 38 fall out in her damn cereal bowl. Now she a 38 baby and ain't even know it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that again.
All right, at 60, Whiplash. All right, 59, Tony Erdmann. 58, Uncut Gems. This was a Netflix exclusive. Y'all seen that?
No, but I did see it had Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Adam Sandler, Kevin Garnett, like that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie. Like, I don't know what the fuck I thought the movie was gonna be, but what I thought the movie was gonna be was not that. And it's like, it flipped the script because you like, oh, this movie follows this, so I know what's gonna happen, and boom, bitch, it's something totally different. It's crazy. All right, 57, Best in Show. And I remember seeing that because Jennifer Coolidge is in there. Punch Drunk Love.
Isn't that old ass movie?
2000.
Yeah, but it was like something about the 1930s, a bunch of aristocrats or something like that. I think my
56, Punch Drunk Love is another Adam Sandler movie. It's kind of like a little rom-com type deal, romantic. Yeah. 55, Inception. Inception.
Good movie,
It's
man.
a great movie.
Right.
To this day, I still don't know what the fuck happened in that movie. I don't. Is he
That was a
alive?
good
Is he
movie.
woke?
I think honestly
Sleep.
anything that deals with like brain twisters, mind blowers, or just like ones where you gotta pay attention.
Yeah, those deep psychological thrillers.
Deep psychological thrillers. I love those because you be like, damn, bro, like I don't know.
I'm watching it and don't know what the fuck happened.
It's just the fact that like they're playing with dreams, bro. Like you think like they got like little tools that they use or like little things that they do to make sure that they're in the real world because you done went through 3 different dreams and then you came out of 2 of them and you don't know if you in the real world or not. Like imagine you dreaming, then in that dream you dreaming, and in that dream you dreaming, and then it's like you shake back from one and then you shake back from another, and it's like your body's like, damn, wait, am I in the real world? The same way we're looking at each other right now, technically you in a dream. And you just don't know it until you, like he was doing a little spinning thing.
So we're all dreaming right now.
Yes.
Shit, we could be.
Yes. We're actually in an AI simulation and I'm not real. Kaila
Not
is...
you punched him.
See if you wake up.
Kaila, are you real?
Yes, I'm real. But I know what
As
you're
real
saying.
as they come.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you.
As real as they come.
I'm trying to fucking tell you.
I'm she was cold. I thought she was cold.
No, I'm cold,
He's real cold.
but I'm actually cold as fuck. And you know what I'm cold as fuck at?
What?
Everything.
Damn. It's a bad man right
Everything.
there. Everything.
Everything.
All right.
And when I say everything,
I mean everything.
All right. 54. No. Like, yeah. Pronounce that movie title.
That's fucked up.
That's in the Bible. I know that.
Why you
So,
gonna put him on like that? Pronounce that.
We're just gonna say
Pan
Pan Lab at 54. Now this shit look creepy as hell. I'm gonna go watch this. Okay.
I'm waiting for one of the names to show up.
All right.
That's a horror?
Yeah. 53. Borat. You know, seen Borat? I watched the first one. I think this is like the second one.
Borat's like, he was like a gigolo.
Okay. No, God. No, he was a
Who
fucking
was the
retard.
actor?
I don't know that guy's name.
Oh.
Sasha Baron.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's actually the first one. Looking at the thumbnail. The Favorite at 52. Not my. At 51, 12 Years a Slave. Y'all never seen 12 Years a
Yes,
Slave?
I saw that.
Okay.
Andre Shanks was in that. From
I
the
felt like
Ritter.
I needed to see that. I don't think I did.
Yeah.
He was one of my acting coaches.
Okay. Shut up. So technically, you were in the movie also.
No, I was not in the movie.
He was indirectly in the movie.
Yeah, indirectly.
How?
Because your coach was in it.
Affiliation.
Yeah. By affiliation.
What that got to
Next.
do with me being in the movie?
Next.
I mean,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was there.
okay. All right. At 50, we have Up. I seen Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Is that
Pixar
a
Pixar.
Pixar?
Yep. Indeed it is.
I wanted
Indeed
to say
it is.
Disney so bad.
Mhm. I think that was like a dope ass movie. Like once you get like once you peel back like all the layers of it, like Disney did something with that one. Like that was
Pixar.
Yeah, they
Pixar.
went up with that. I like
Disney and Pixar did something with that.
Mm.
Okay. At 49, Before Sunset. Again, never heard of it. 48, The Lives of Others. So that's what we're all concerned with. 47, Almost Famous. I did see that. 46, Roma. All right. 45, Moneyball. Brad Pitt. Never seen it. It's about baseball. All right. He coached the Oakland A's. So it was dope. Fuck with that. 44, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. No, but I bet y'all know the famous.
Is that
you know
more
what I'm
like a
saying? Lil
documentary?
Jiff. No, it's an actual movie. It's not a documentary.
Was it a movie about a documentary?
No, it's a movie about
It's like a
about an actor.
documented movie?
No, it's not.
Like,
It was directed by Martin Scorsese. You know what I'm saying? He's
It's a
one
jackal.
that did The Godfather. But if y'all haven't seen the movie, y'all probably recognize the famous little GIF when it's Leonardo DiCaprio, like he's sitting there, he's wearing the yellow shirt, and like when he sees himself on TV, he's like, "Hey," and he's like pointing at the TV. So y'all probably seen that. Yeah, it's from that movie. All right, it's really Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's really a great movie.
What number we on?
We are on 44. All right. 43, Old Boy. All right. 42, The Master. 41, Amelia.
Oh,
40,
I've seen that.
Yaya.
Is that like after Amelia Earhart?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
I forgot what it's about, but I know I've seen it.
39, Lady Bird. Any relation?
No.
Okay. 38, Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
no.
It's a long
All
time.
right. Yeah. 37, Call Me By Your Name. It's crazy. 36, A Serious Man. 35, The Prophet. 34, Wally.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Pixar.
That's Disney.
That's
It's
Disney.
Disney.
Yes.
It's crazy.
We saw that.
Yeah.
All right.
My dog got his thing down though.
Right. 33, A Separation. All right. 32, Bridesmaids. Seen that.
I've
Crazy.
seen it.
Yeah. 31, The Departed. I don't think either one of y'all would have seen that. It's like a little, kind of like, it's a gangster-ish film about some gangsters. I like old and like retired type shit. Like that shit was cool. Lost in Translation. Seen that. It was alright. That was one of those ones like it's on my list to go back and rewatch because I watched it like really young and I didn't understand shit about life then. So, but it's definitely on my list to go back and watch. 29, Arrival. 28, The Dark Knight.
That motherfucking Batman.
Sounds familiar.
It's Batman.
It's Batman.
Yes.
He's so serious. Now, I often wonder why.
I ain't gonna lie, that was one of the best Jokers.
Yeah, bro. Heath Ledger.
Undoubtedly.
I don't think there's a Heath Ledger movie that exists that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
He's truly a great fucking actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 27, Adaptation. All right. Anatomy of a Fall at 26. Phantom Thread at 25. At 24, Her. 23, Boyhood. The Grand Budapest Hotel. I started watching it, never finished it. It was cool. The Royal Tenenbaums.
Who?
The Royal Tenenbaums. It's like about like this family. Like it's like
Tenenbaums?
yeah, it's
Tenenbaums.
Tenenbaums.
The Royal Tenenbaums.
All right, so this is where y'all should be able to chime in more. Now we're breaking in the top 20. At 20, The Wolf on Wall Street.
That was a fucking funny ass movie.
You seen The Wolf on Wall Street?
That was where
And
Leonardo DiCaprio basically started off. He was like in a company, and then he started doing penny stocks and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then next thing you know, they all got the market had shut down. He was basically just like a bootlegger at that point, and then he started off with a small company, and he made a big ass sale on a small company, and they were blown the fuck away. Then everything started to scale. He started his own company with they also shut down. No, the second company he started with, they shut down. Then he started his own company, and then it just worked his way up, and it became like so fucking big that basically everybody was just rich. They were basically doing fraud, and yeah. So it's like basically put their money in my pocket.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we trying to sell you something. It's just transfer money, and
Yeah,
it was a big ass
that's it.
money scheme. And his life started like spiral. He was on a bunch of drugs. You know.
I mean, when you were making what he said, you making goddamn.
He was just shitting.
You making like millions of dollars like a week.
Yeah.
Like you.
He was just shitting money. They was doing the most craziest stuff, and then next
You have
thing you know,
nothing else to do with your fucking
Yeah.
life but get fucked up.
Yeah.
Because you literally have everything that you want.
Yeah.
Like,
And then they just started abusing everything, and then they just feds came through, shut everything down. It was a bunch of shit.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at 19, Zodiac. Y'all ever seen that? Jake Gyllenhaal by the Zodiac Killer, who they say to this day was not really fucking real. It's crazy. It's a great movie. Y'all should watch it. 18. I know the name of this movie. I cannot pronounce it. This water got in my mouth. Like teeth chattering. I can't.
Can I see? Oh.
Yeah.
Eat to mama.
Close.
And you mama.
17. Brokeback Mountain. Now I don't remember who or where I seen this, but to whomever told me that, hey, you wouldn't know they were gay unless someone told you they were gay in the movie, fucking lied.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was just like one of those.
Like these, they were in love
They
with
were
each
in
other.
the tent. Next thing you know, he's
Yeah,
reaching
because I was
around
like,
and shit.
I'm like, bro, y'all couldn't have watched the same movie. Because I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, it's a good ass fucking movie.
I've never watched
I think they
it.
just
actually.
called.
Good
I
ass
think
movie.
they just watched the mountain. They didn't watch the Brokeback Mountain. Different mountains, folks.
They didn't watch the Brokeback.
Because the back was broke. You hear me?
You heard it. All right, 16. Crunch a Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I seen
I
that.
feel like we should have watched that movie, but we didn't. I feel like that's such a staple movie that
It is like it's like when it comes to like martial arts, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up watching like Bruce Lee, Bolo Young, like all those people, like
I watched The Karate Kid.
yeah, that's different. If we talking about like cult classic martial art films, even with all the extra shit with running up trees and toe touching off the roof and shit and flying across
What
the
about
moon,
Ip
like
Man?
Ip Man is fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. I want to say like there's something like that links them to like person who's like he trained Ip Man. You know, Ip Man trained Bruce Lee. It was like it's a whole
Yeah.
like
You gotta
multiverse
have to
type
watch
shit.
Kind of like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Kind of shit going on.
Yeah. 15. City of God. I know this movie poster. Never watched it. 14, Inglourious Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it?
Yeah, that was the Nazi movie. They were basically trying to find Hitler and his top generals and kill them or some shit like that.
Yep.
They was on some dog shit though. They was doing whatever they had to do. You know, I'm talking about people dying in some crazy ass ways.
Lower line.
World War II was just a fucked time.
Man, shit was crazy during that time.
Yeah, bro, I couldn't
crazy
imagine.
as hell.
I couldn't imagine being in a bunker and then some dude kicked the door and throw a grenade and then another dude walked behind and just flamethrower the whole fucking place.
And then as I run out with my ass on fire, I'm motherfucker that bashed my fucking brains in with a
just
baseball
saying,
bat. Like,
ain't
it's
no way I
some
could've
dumb
came
ass
back
shit.
and
And while I'm falling to the ground, a bitch shoot me 17 times.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Damn.
fucked up.
I couldn't imagine coming back trying to live a regular ass life after burning like 15, 20 people and shooting bitches in the head and executing motherfuckers.
Bruh, and that's crazy because that was like one of the things that was his damn lieutenant. Fuck, I didn't even say his name on it. But Brad Pitt's character, that was his thing. Like, what I'm saying, he found out tracked down the head of the top German military officials,
Yeah.
and what I'm saying, is like, hey, give me the information and we'll let you go. And what I'm saying, if they comply, they think they good. Because they called one of the people in this crew was called the Jew Killer, and so it was like, if we let you go, what you gonna do? I'm gonna take this off. I'll never be a Nazi again. I'm gonna love everyone. Yeah, I kind of thought you would say that. So he would take his fucking knife and he would carve the swastika like in their fucking head. So bitch, no, everyone's gonna know. Like, you can never go back and live a normal life because everyone's gonna know what the fuck you did.
Yeah, the big ass
Like,
scar on your head.
Yeah.
I ain't
So
gonna
that was
lie,
dope.
but carving that shit in somebody's head is wild activity, bro. It takes a real gone individual to want to do some shit like that.
Never mind. I believe I can do
It takes a real gone individual to want to do something like that.
it. Well, I'm here now. All right. 13, Children of Men. I seen it. Now, uninterested. The Zone of Interest at 12. At number 11, Mad Max Fury Road.
I've watched, I think, maybe one of the Mad Max movies.
Yeah, so this was one years after. I actually want to say like each one of those movies is like 15, 20 years apart.
Yeah.
Like in a series, and this one's like, yeah, it was a great ass movie. Like, it's hard a lot of times for like actors to like go back and like recreate
Who they
like
were.
like a masterpiece.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
From a
like
movie that
Mad
was, like,
Max.
15 years
Yeah,
ago.
and they nailed it with this shit. So like it was great. Like it had like the same intensity. Like the storyline was similar. Like they didn't fuck it up. Like,
That's how I feel about like the Fast and Furious movies, bro. Like I feel like they was reaching with some of them, but for them to be able to continue doing those over and over and over again and still put energy on some of them, because I ain't gonna lie, you bringing out the fucking 18, basically, on one of them, bro. Y'all flew a tank
yeah.
through the sky.
Yeah, and so I remember it was somebody it was somebody else, but so like that those movies were able to be so successful because they were multicultural, so like it started like, like on the East Coast and they went to the West Coast and now they out of the country, so they touching on all these places. So essentially like they stimulating the economy like in all these places that they're going to, that they're focusing on, so they shooting in. So like it was a good deal. Like the movie started to suck, but like those movies helped out a lot of fucking people. So like it was cool.
It didn't matter how much they sucked, to be honest with you, because I think they built such a strong brand from the get go, and then the fact that they lost
Paul.
Paul Walker, it just kind of just solidified it. Like
Right.
it gave them a way to I hate to say it like that, but I feel like they monetized off of that in a way, because they would start putting out more movies and people were like, it became more sentimental
Right.
at that point rather than because they were good,
Right. Definitely agree with that. All right, top 10. So this right here is probably one of my favorite movies of all fucking times. The Social Network. Have y'all seen it? By Mark Zuckerberg.
I heard of it though.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It kind of tells a story about how he
Created Facebook, bro. There's so many like double entendres like in this movie. Like this movie is this which was like really like so things that have like a double meaning. So there's a scene in there where they're sitting around because like he's been like. The movie takes place like in a couple different places. He's involved in two different lawsuits with the people that he essentially stole Facebook from, and then his business partner, like one of his business partners his business partner that he started Facebook with. All right, and it was his best friend. And so, and one of the scenes where they're sitting there, they're around a table, and he keeps telling the guys, he was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna meet, and he keep blowing them off because he was like. He wasn't fucking with them, you know what I'm saying. He got an ideal like with his best friend, and like that's what he was running with, and he was just like blowing them off. And so he's blowing them off, and then like he sends one email, and he was like, hey, after looking over everything, I don't think we have enough information, or you know what I'm saying, enough. We're not gonna gain enough traction to get this shit off the ground. He's like, we'll talk later, and then so. He asked me, he was like, yeah, you sent 26 emails, and he was like, but in the 25th. Or the 26th, he was like, that was the only time like you brought up something that may be wrong. He was like, what happened? Like why then? And then the camera cuts and he turns around and he's looking out the window and it starts raining. So he's like, it just started raining. And he's like, what? He's like, it just started raining. So it's like Mark Zuckerberg like has Asperger's, so like he's like be all over the place. And so he's talking about, you know, so like it just started raining like outside, but it's also, you know, a double entendre, like the problems that he was speaking about, like they just came out of nowhere, like it just started raining problems, so shit like that. So like it was dope as fuck. Like
I might actually go back and watch that.
Yeah, it's a dope ass movie. Number 9, Spirited Away. That's an anime film.
Yo, that motherfucking shit is number 9.
Yep.
Bro, Spirited Away is my childhood. I don't care what nobody says. The Studio Ghibli movies are off the fucking chain.
What movie?
Studio Ghibli. That is the studio that created the animated movies like Spirited Away, Ponyo, the Moving Castle in the Sky, like the all of those, bro. Those movies are the pinnacle animation movies of this time. I don't care. Like I don't think no animated movie really tops that. At that particular time, like the framework, the dedication that went into the animation of this is absolutely insane. Like this man was out here really hand drawing this shit. There wasn't a bunch of AI, no CGI, all this other shit that they were doing to computer animate certain parts. Like, bro, this shit looks so clean. And I'm speaking that for all my anime folk out there. If you know, you know. There are so many people that you say Spirited Away, they'll lose their shit.
Right.
So, can anybody watch this?
I think that anybody can genuinely watch this. It is a family movie for sure. Basically, what it is, it follows the storyline of a young girl. Her name is Chihiro, and she lives in Japan, obviously. And her parents are moving to a new place. So they basically stop. They got lost. They were trying to find their home, and they stop, and they basically end up. Basically, it follows a lot of Japanese lore. So, which a lot of Japanese movies use a lot of Japanese lore. You have things like, you know, I've done studies in like college. Like you have things like Orochi. Orochi is basically like a demon snake.
That's
god.
a shoe.
No, Orochimaru.
Oh,
Orochimaru is like a snake god. There's so many different things. Basically, this is a lot. And so basically, anyway, long story short,
thank you for laughing.
She goes. They ended up finding this tunnel, and they were just kind of looking around. They find this tunnel, and they were trying to find directions, and they go through the tunnel, and they end up in like an abandoned train station. Then they go past it. They see like an area, and then like they start like, you know, seeing all these like stalls, booths. It's like a little small town, city or whatever. And next thing you know, they go up to like a food bar, and they smell all the food, and this was like early, like daytime, so they start eating the food because he's like, don't worry about it. I'll just put it on the tab, put it on the card. I can just pay for it later. So they start eating, and Chihiro, the young girl, was like, no, we shouldn't be doing this. You know, we should just go. And their parents were like, it's okay, it's whatever, it's fine. So long story short, she ends up leaving, and she ends up getting discovered by a spirit. And they end up, when they cross the tunnel, they entered into like a spirit world that mimics the human world. So when she finally comes back to her parents, because she gets spooked and all these spirits start coming out of nowhere because it's nighttime. That's when all the spirits start manifesting and shit like that. So she comes back. her parents have turned into pigs. So next thing you know, like her parents, they start smacking them out of the food thing and stuff like that. Next thing you know, she ends up running off, and she got lucky. She got found by a river god spirit, and he basically tries to guide her through the whole thing, and you know, gives her tips because she's trying to navigate this whole spirit world. And he told her that she has to go meet this guy. He's the boiler, because basically the person or the spirit that runs this whole area is a bath god, and she runs like a bathhouse. So he's like, well, you can't stay with me. He said, you need to go get a job if you want to be able to stay here and your body doesn't basically like wither away. Like she was starting to go see-through and all this other shit, so she had to eat spirit food. It was a bunch of stuff. So long story short, she goes to this lifestyle. Next thing you know, this bad cursed demon spirit comes and he starts eating people and shit. And like I guess like when he eats food and he can produce gold, and like he starts like going around giving people gold, and they start feeding him, they start worshiping him and shit like that. He was called No Face. And then when he eats people, he can take over their voice in their face. So anytime he hands you something like gold and you accept it, then that's when you become he can eat you. But if you don't accept nothing from him, he can't eat you. So when he went to Chihiro, you already know based off of her parents, she's like, we can't do this. So he was trying to give her gold. He kept trying to make more and more and shit. And she was like, no, I don't need it. I'm good. I don't need this. I just need you to go. So he gets so fucking pissed. He starts tearing everything apart. And next thing you know, there's some parts that happen in between it, but she got like this like little medicine ball from a spirit that she had saved, and she shoves it in his mouth, and he just starts throwing up everything. And it basically represents like greed or something like that. And it's just a super, how do they say it? Like you know, when like movies have like certain, I don't know how to say it, but anyways, it was very, like, I can't even come up with the words, but
Right.
it was so much. She ends up saving her parents at the end. Because the boiler ends up giving her a job, but she took her name. She says, your name is no longer your name. Your name is now this. So in order to get her parents back and her name back, she ended up having to beat this challenge from the god. And she ended up guessing which ones was the pig, she had to guess out of a group of pigs which ones were her parents. And she's like, none of them. And then she won because it was like her sister, the God Spirit sister, made her agree to that shit. Like, it was a bunch of shit, but it was a good movie. It was very symbolic, is what I meant to say. There's a lot of symbolic moments if you understand a lot of Japanese culture that goes into this movie. So I like Japanese culture. It's a good movie.
Gotcha.
Right.
Number 9 is definitely.
Thank you, son. That shit sound dope because this sound like a bunch of movies, you know what I'm saying, like from this list. And you said like figuring out shit, like, you know what I'm saying, it sound like Everything Everywhere All at Once, you know what I'm saying. It was like a couple of things you said like made me think about some of the other movies that were on this list. So I may have to go check that out.
Yeah, if you got young kids, watch it. Sit down, watch it with the young kids. You know what I'm saying? Be open minded about it, and I think y'all would like it.
Gotcha. Number 8, Get Out.
Ooh-wee.
Absolutely.
Everyone's saying Get Out.
Yeah.
All right. Go to your sunken place.
Put some cotton balls in your ear, boy. Before they end up replacing your brain.
Number 7, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Has Jim Carrey in it. All right.
I was gonna say they ain't had Jim Carrey on the list yet. I just said that in my head.
Number 6, No Country for Old Men. Bro, I don't know what the fuck this movie is. Bitch, I don't know if it's a Western. I don't know if this bitch is a motherfucking gangster movie. This movie gangster's a motherfucker. This bitch gangster.
Western movies do be gangster.
Yeah, but like, this like.
You ever watch 1812?
Bro, this like, I'm trying to think. I'ma say, I feel like that's a good one. 1812 meets like New Jack City. This bitch gangster as fuck.
Bro, I 100% agree. I'm talking about when these motherfuckers didn't give a shit. No Man's Land. Bitch, you pissed me off. Say the wrong fucking thing. You finna have some shit going through the middle of your head.
The fucking the hitman on that bitch, dog. Son, dog. This motherfucker, like you see.
What is this?
Number 8 and number 6. No Country for Old Men, bro. You see this motherfucker like he walking up like this big ass silver like oxygen tank.
He had the Gran Torino in his garage.
No, that was Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking about something different.
You fucking up.
Oh,
but so you see him like he got this big ass like silver like oxygen tank with him, you know what I'm saying? He walk up, we got a little thing on it, that bitch put it to your door, press the button, bing! Like that bitch punch the lockout like on your door. Like your deadbolt, like pop that bitch out and no one hears it. Like cause that bitch got a big ass like silencer on it, like goddamn silencer about as big as this motherfucking cup. So and next thing you know, he in there.
Fall out.
And then you wake up and boop. Everything you thinking on the ceiling.
That's crazy, Troy.
Hey.
Everything you thinking is on the ceiling.
Yeah,
wild.
son. That movie gangster as fuck, dog. 5. Y'all hurt my heart when y'all told me y'all didn't watch this movie. Moonlight. Now, bro, Moonlight, that was an emotional ass movie, son. Like, this little boy, he don't know shit about life. He just trying to figure this shit out, and then he fall in love with his best friend at the end.
Damn, why you boo that?
That was fucked up.
I was looking for a
People
different
can fall in
reaction.
love with their best friend.
I was looking for a different reaction. I was looking for like a disappointment. I'm sorry, Troy.
Let's don't.
Stop touching shit.
I apologize, Troy.
Hey,
I was trying.
What you want to say?
my Mahershala Ali is in here. Yeah, please find time to watch this movie, y'all. Moonlight,
Yes.
bro. Like I'm telling you, watching it, you're gonna be like, I really don't know what the fuck going on because it's like it follows this kid. He's like 8 or 9. And then the movie finishes. The motherfucker got to be at least like 25, going on 30. Like so, it's like 3 parts of the movie. Like he's a kid, he's a teenager, and then he's an adult. Like you don't see much of him like when he's an adult because you know what I'm saying. Like he's this puny ass kid being bullied. You know what I'm saying. He finds him like Mahershala Ali's character like finds him. You know what I'm saying. Pretty much like takes him in, like mentoring him or whatever. Then he's a teenager. He's still like associated like with Mahershala Ali's character's like girlfriend, and you know what I'm saying. Then he's essentially he's not being picked on, you know what I'm saying. Like because he's growing up, you know, so he's standing up for himself, but he's still like kind of not sure like what his place is on the fucking food chain. Then there's an exchange with him and his best friend, and then like he's an adult. And you like, damn, that kid, he was just getting his ass whooped about an hour ago in this movie, and now he's a fucking drug dealer. And shit, that's hey, I'm mad. I like that fucking movie. And everybody was like talking about that movie. And the crazy thing about it is, I don't want it. Never mind. Y'all just watch. Please watch the goddamn movie. Please watch the goddamn movie. That movie great as fuck. In the Mood for Love is number 4. There Will Be Blood is number 3. I remember that. That guy there's a guy that played in Gangs of New York. He was the butcher. That shit was good. Mulholland Drive is number 2, and then number 1 is Parasite. It's crazy, dog. My whole thing is, for as old as we are, and these movies on this list we have never fucking heard of. And they are so great that people have voted them on a list. Now we also know, as we just on the last episode, well, motherfuckers don't just be.
That movie
they just put anything on a list. Like it's all, but I'm interested. Like, what made some of these movies like? Why was Parasite number 1?
Right.
Like, what the fuck is so great about this movie that
put that on my list?
Everyone in this room, there was a unanimous decision that this movie right here should be number 1.
I don't know, but the movie had damn near $10 million budget. Is that a lot?
Considering, I think Ryan Coogler's budget for Black Panther was like 12 and he made like 72 million. I don't think it's that goddamn impressive.
Oh, that's kind of normal for big movies.
10 million?
Yeah, you should just ask them. He's a fucking. He's
That's
an
what I was
actor.
asking.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, it's kind of normal.
Okay. We was a little long-winded with that, so we need to pick me up,
Yeah.
Yeah, can we pause out?
Yeah, I need a refill.
Oh. Okay, so the next topic is.
So, never mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I forgot what I was about to say. Go ahead.
I'm intrigued.
I forgot. Go ahead.
And thank y'all if y'all are still with us. That was a lot.
Yeah, shout out to y'all if y'all watch those movies. Drop down in the comment section and tell us what y'all favorite movie is.
Okay. So the first question is, could you date someone on a spiritual journey? Daniel.
Could I date somebody on a spiritual journey?
If they're on the spiritual journey?
Yeah.
Can you define a spiritual journey? Because it depends on what type of spiritual journey they're on. I'm not really like that big into that stuff on a knowledge base. Not saying that I'm not a spiritual person in general, but if you're on a spiritual journey and this journey requires you to be, like focused to yourself and dedicated to yourself, things like that, or you're trying to be very abstinent, things like that, I'm gonna have to say no. Because that means I'm not the person for you in that particular life. And at that time, you need somebody that's going to be on that same wavelength. Same way I feel like if I'm going to the gym and I want my partner to go to the gym, I think if you're going on a spiritual journey, you should follow somebody who's on that type of religious structure, who's willing to respect that. Not saying that I wouldn't. I just know that that's not something I would want, depending on what type of journey that they're on. But if they're on a religious journey, and they're trying to better themselves, spiritual journey, and they're trying to better themselves in certain aspects, absolutely, I'm 100% supportive of that.
But you couldn't date him.
I could date him. It just depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to respect their boundaries, and I ain't gonna lie, I have needs. So if that spiritual journey requires you to be abstinent, is what I'm saying. I don't know how how long is it actually? How
long is this journey?
I will agree with depending on what the spiritual journey is, because I can't. There's always compromise. There's always compromise, but I can't compromise who I am, what I like, to fit your needs all the time. Like if it's like a certain period, I need to know the timeline, but it just depends on the spiritual journey. And let's just say we were already together and then you decided to go on this spiritual journey. That's a little bit different because I've already, it's already established and shit. But coming into the situation, like you said, I might not be the person for you.
Yeah. I can agree to that with you having to have an open mind frame to what that person is, the journey that they are on.
And we might not be for each other at that point.
Don't necessarily mean abstinence.
That is correct. That's why I said depending on what the journey is.
I think that's more religious than spiritual. But
that's why I'm trying to get a better understanding of the spiritual journeys. I don't really know what they consist of. You know what I mean? Google though. Troy.
PB.
So, making sure that we have a thorough understanding whether it's a spiritual journey or a religious journey, is a key deciding factor in this for me. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Just to kind of put the bases out there, a spiritual journey is a personal and often transformative process of self-discovery and growth, focusing on connecting with a deeper sense of meaning and a purpose in life. It involves exploring one's beliefs, values, and identity, often leading to a greater understanding of oneself, the world, and one's place within it. The journey can involve questioning, reevaluation, and the shift of perspective, potentially leading to an inner peace, personal growth, and a more fulfilling life.
And so it's pretty much like you're trying to find yourself.
Correct. I think
I respect that.
100%. I think this is so important. This is super, super important because whenever I got out of my first marriage, I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know what I truly liked for myself too much. I knew what I liked, but I didn't know what I liked for myself because I was so used to having to be somebody for my significant other I was trying to be a certain image for them because by the time like I was in high school, I was still trying to learn myself, and then when I was with them, I was so trying to be in their image. Like they like the whole like Cali look and certain shit like that, and they wanted me to.
That's where you got that from.
Yeah, they wanted me to act a certain way and look a certain way, and it wasn't for me, and I just felt uncomfortable because I was trying to be something that I wasn't. And I mean, certain parts of it still you can see it on me today because there's certain things that I did like, but yeah, I had to go through a spiritual journey whenever I was basically forced to be separated from the individual. So I literally spent a couple of years of my life really just reevaluating myself, finding out what I do and I don't like. It took different friend groups to be able to understand, again, what I do and what I don't like. And I think at this point in my life, I definitely have found myself, and I'm willing to stand on my ideals and my morals and my values more than I ever was. So yeah, I think a spiritual journey is absolutely something that I can put up with, depending on how deep it's got to go for you now.
Yeah, because some people go a little deeper than other people.
Yeah. So you're basically, the question was, would you be in a relationship with this person?
Yeah. Could you date someone on a spiritual journey?
Yeah, I'm gonna tap on Curtis's no. If we're already in an established relationship and you feel like you need to go through this, I should already know to a sense that if we've already been dating for some time, that you have done something like this. Me personally, I'm hoping you already got your shit together before we start dating. But
sometimes I'm sorry to cut you off, but sometimes when you get into these relationships, both parties think they have everything together, but then something can happen in your life that changes, get you depressed or whatever the case, and then you're like, dang, I'm not where I need to be in life. What do I need to change about myself, my surroundings, like you said, the friend groups or whatever? What do I need to change to be better? So I could see where that could come into play, of where someone will change or go on that journey.
Mm-hmm. And if you got you a good partner, if they're willing to, if they're helping you through that spiritual journey, they're guiding you in a positive sense, because some people, they look at a spiritual journey as they get a little defensive about it, because then it's like, well, why are you changing it? You're starting to act different now, and you think you're too good for me, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, no, it's like,
it's not even about you.
Maybe they fell.
Okay, this is about self-reflection.
Maybe they fell in love with you at the wrong time. Maybe they how like when you like some people for the wrong reasons, or that's because you at that time liked them for the things that they were doing. So let's just say, like me specifically, like, I always used to like the fact that they were a certain way, we would smoke weed together. I thought that this was going to be a certain lifestyle. And then when I went through a spiritual growth, I figured out that's not what I want in a partner. So it can, depending on the type of journey that they go through, sometimes people might outgrow you. Sometimes they might. And then, some people do get upset about that. They're like, damn, like you, I'm like, at that point, bro, they might.
But then that person's not for you, because why are you mad that I'm growing?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be supportive.
Mm-hmm.
What was your response?
I don't even know anymore. You guys have made me reevaluate my fucking life.
Baby, you need to call the spiritual church.
We're here to support you, Troy.
So, for me, I think it's a definitely matter if of a couple of different things, what type of journey is it, again, spiritual, religious, like how deep are you going, like how much is this like engulfing you? I would much rather you already have a sense of self like before you get involved with me, because what tends to happen is then it's a whole projection thing, and then it's the blame game, and then they bring up all these newfound psychological words that people are fucking so fond of today. He's a narcissist. No, please shut the fuck up. Stop using them goddamn words. But if we're already in a relationship, yeah, I can do it. If we're in a relationship, I'm going to do my best to try to not necessarily like, I'm not going to guide you because then that's not your journey. If I'm leading it, you should be, this is your journey on your own. I'm here to support you. I'm going to give you all the time and space that you need to, you know what I'm saying, like enjoy this journey, because it's not about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. You're supposed to be growing and learning yourself. And I think that it's one of those things where you have to like know your partner, and it should be like a conversation that is had.
Yeah, I agree. There should always be a benchmark or a checkpoint where you kind of feel your partner out to see where they're at, and especially if they are going through changes. Nothing is nicer to know that like especially if you're a providing and guiding man and you happen to be with a partner that's not necessarily on your level, or vice versa. I mean, I'm not trying to be sexist or nothing, but I'm just saying there could be a point where your partner is at a higher place and you want to elevate them, or they want to elevate themselves. That could be a spiritual journey within itself. You know, like them trying to discover themselves, or a newfound confidence, you know, or trying to overcome certain traumas from the past, and y'all are able to, or they're able to go through that spiritual journey because you know what I'm saying, you did that for them. I've actually been in a relationship before where I actually felt like I was a part of that journey, and I felt like they got to a certain point and I was no longer needed, you know, or wanted. And I'm like, you know what? I think you're doing great for yourself. I don't think we're as much as a match anymore. Not saying it was on bad terms, but I felt like once they kind of got to that point, because I ain't gonna lie, when I found them, they were kind of going through some stuff, and we dated for a good little while, and then just to see them grow in that short period of time, and I was like, I liked them, but then as like we were going through the relationship, I started feeling like we were compatible, but it just wasn't exactly what I was looking for. And I mean, they changed and they grew, and I felt like they were going to be able to go back into the world better than how they came into my life, and I'm cool with that. So I think that was like a spiritual journey that I was able to be a part of, you know, or influence in a positive direction, and hopefully they doing good now.
Right.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say nothing else on this. I'm gonna put my foot on my. I'm done with that one.
Yeah, Kaila, what's your input on it?
I think it would be easy for me to date someone on a spiritual journey, but I've always been the one on the spiritual journey. So, but my spiritual journey is different from what the description that they gave. Mine was more in touch with God, more in touch with. It's not religious because it wasn't like organized, so it wasn't in a church. It was me getting in touch with what was going on with me as far as like powers, gifts. Thank you. I think, and I'm still on the spiritual journey, so I don't feel like it ever ends.
I feel like
you're constantly learning, you're constantly growing, you're constantly trying to, you know,
evaluate yourself and
share
that,
and trying to see what the next level is for your gifts. You know what?
I feel like a lot of us are on those a lot, and we don't really realize that's what we're on.
When
you realize there's like a shift and you need to change something, you don't know what it is, and you're on this journey to figure it out. I think we're on those a lot. Now that we're breaking it down more, I've been on for a minute.
But it has caused problems in relationships, past relationships that I've had. So, especially if that person didn't understand, you know, like I have premonitions, I can see stuff. So, but somebody who's, I do. I have premonitions. I just get information that I can't explain. But for someone who's not into that causes a problem, you know, because they don't understand it. So when I talk about it, you know, it's like, you weird. You know, I've gotten that before. You weird.
Have you ever received the message from a stranger that you were going through something and like they gave you like, not really advice, but they gave you a statement and it resonated with your current situation, and you just felt like that was like a message from God that you needed to hear, but they didn't know what you were talking about. They didn't know what you had going on. They just started having to say something and just.
Yeah, and I've also been the person to give that too, just from touching somebody. Hey, I was just told to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm supposed to tell you. I've done that too.
You did that to me before. A couple times.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, you are the angel, and sometimes you have an angel that delivers a message to you, and it's crazy because I 100% believe in getting messages from complete strangers or just having, what did you say?
Premonitions.
Premonitions.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. There's been so many times, especially when I was going through like the worst parts, like the more down, dark parts of my life, and I was starting to come through that. And I'm telling you, like, the type of, like, premonitions that I was receiving, like, I'll tell you, to this day, man, I believe God was trying to tell me so many things, and I wasn't ready for it at that time. And whether it came through people, it came through, like, little experiences, and it just happened to hit my head. And, yeah, and it's just like, boom, it's like, a couple days later, next thing you know, I'm just like, I was literally just fucking thinking about this, or I was literally just hold this, and it helped me navigate a certain situations. So I'm not gonna get too deep into that.
Yeah. Well, that's what my journey was, trying to understand. When I was young and I was first getting premonitions, I didn't understand them. It was all scrambled up and puzzled. So that was part of my journey, trying to get it. My brother was a big mentor for me because he has premonitions or had premonitions. So, you know, I had to go through that to understand them because I didn't understand them.
Have you ever, like, not taken heed of one and regretted it?
No. Only thing I regret is blocking them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have you ever not followed a premonition?
No, not that I haven't followed them, but I blocked them out. Like, after my brother died, I blocked them out. So I didn't have them for about 4 or 5 years. I didn't see nothing. So that's where I'm at now with trying to get my gifts back because I blocked it out.
You pay attention for them nowadays? Or do you just like, yeah.
Yep. I got them back now, but I created my own block.
Baby, hey, I'm telling you.
That's what I be meaning when I say your energy is different than other friends I've had. Like, you could read, just like I could read you could read me. Like when you say I walk in the room, like when we were describing not too long ago, like the colors and all of that, and you saw a specific color because I was happy at that moment, and you were just like, I'm not gonna say glowing. What was it? Yellow.
Yellow.
It was
yellow.
yellow.
Very yellow today. Very bright.
Today?
No, I was just saying that's what I told you.
Yeah,
it was very bright. Yeah, I didn't say glow. Glowing is not
Glowing
good.
is good. I told her if I ever glow, let me know. If I ever glow, let me know because I'm about to live my life to the fullest. What's the next question? No, glow means you about to go.
Yeah, glow means you
No!
I'm
like, Curtis, put the baby powder on.
How do you feel about family feuds, and whose side do you take?
I'll start. So,
yeah, get that water in there.
So, I don't take a side. I speak the truth.
Okay.
So,
do you ever? Do you ever? You damn sure not gonna take a side.
No, I'm not gonna take a side. Well, in certain situations, I will take a side based off of who I feel is right if I know the whole situation. But when it comes to family feuds that I have encountered, I feel like, first of all, I've never been in a family feud. I've always been the favorite. But I clock it, baby grandchild the favorite. But anyway, I've never been in the family feuds, but I have witnessed some of them, and I feel like I don't pick a side because I feel like both parties did something wrong, whereas maybe one party was more wrong than the other, but then the other party didn't speak up about it, and then you want everybody else to be on your side when you're just now telling us about it, and you didn't say shit yourself, so why are we supposed to? I'm not on the side. Y'all are both stupid. How about y'all talk like adults and move on from it? We're all grown as hell. If I'm 30, y'all 50, so go ahead and speak on it.
Okay.
So no, I don't pick a side.
I thought it was y'all was 30 miles far.
No.
BB, what you think?
I'm on the side of right. All right. I'm not necessarily gonna pick a side. I'm gonna state facts, But I'm just trying to diffuse this shit, cause what is we doing this shit for? Like, hey, you know how this person is. You know they gonna do that shit for the push of buttons. Just stop it. You having a pissy day, and today they just pissed you off a little bit more. Just cut that shit out, cause you ready to do all this. You trying to turn this bitch in Afghanistan for nothing. Sit your ass down.
That's funny. Yeah, it's a war zone for sure.
For real. Like I ain't got nobody got time for that. Nah, don't get me started.
I'm with you when you right.
Whose side you take, Dan?
I'm with you when you're right. It depends on the situation. I don't really have a whole lot of family feuds, but we do have like little bickers and stuff like that, just depending on what the situation is. And if you're wrong, because we got a group chat. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of stuff gets addressed in there, a lot of stuff gets hashed out in there. And I mean, like 90% of the time it's all love, everything's good. But once certain things happen, because a real family dynamic always have their little squabbles.
Right.
I personally am. Most of the time, I'm a bit of a mediator, but I do have my spats with like my sister and my brother. I don't really spat with my mom and dad nowadays. When I was like, I think when I was like 18, 19, but I was young. You know how that goes. So more of it is like if I do have family feuds, it's usually with just like my brother or sister, and then I'll talk to my mom about it or my dad about it, and I mean, they're gonna keep it real with you. If you wrong, you wrong. If you both wrong, you both wrong. If whatever the case may be, they're gonna keep it real, or they're gonna say like, okay, well, you were right in this situation, you were wrong in this situation, or they was wrong in this situation. Whatever the case may be, they're gonna address the facts and help us come to a middle ground. But for me, sometimes I'm gonna just let them hash it out. If it ain't got shit to do with me, that ain't my business. I might chime in every little bit like, nah, well, this and this, you did say that, or you did say that, or you gave the agreement, or I'm saying, you said you would do this and you didn't. I might be like, a little bit of a confirmation, just, check receipts and shit like that, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to take a side. I'm gonna just put the facts out there and then let y'all deal with it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Don't ask me for shit if you don't want me to tell the truth. Don't ask me for no advice.
Yeah, I think I'd be a mediator too. But I know growing up we had family feuds, cousins fight, we fight. And then we're gonna break it up. Y'all good? Y'all got it off y'all chest? Okay.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I said, being the baby out of the grandchildren, I was around them, but I was never really privy, because it's always on my mom's side. I was never really privy to some of the stuff that they were going through, because I was always at my dad's house most of the time. So when I would come around and I hear all this bickering, aunties and uncles, y'all still mad about shit from 50 years ago?
Like, took my baby out.
Like, what? Okay, y'all dated the same person at 2 different times. Okay, neither one of y'all with them now. Why are we still talking about it? So, so that type of shit right there just irritates. Fuck the family.
You know what? The family outside the family, fuck my husband. You let him know, Terry.
But no,
automatically Terry money.
I just feel like normally when it's a feud, family, friends, relation, whatever, I feel like both parties have done some wrong, unless this person they did you dirty and you was so innocent. I feel like there's both sides is wrong a little bit, and both need to hear about themselves sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, it just is what it is. Yeah. What's the next question?
I just feel like hash it out and move on. Mm-hmm. And if you gotta fight. Yeah.
We don't really condone violence, but
but if it happened, hey.
Should you let your partner borrow money from you? And should your partner have to pay that money back?
Can I start there too?
Yes.
So, I feel like, because I ain't talked the whole first hour, so I'm going to talk now. I feel like when it
should start watching damn movies.
Okay. I feel like, because my water done kicked in. I just feel like I'm activated with these questions, but what was the question again?
If your partner borrows money from you, should they be? Should you pay? They pay
so
you back?
First of all, It depends on how much money it is. Because I am also one of those givers.
You forgot the question.
I'm always one of those givers to where, unless it's like a big amount of money, I'm not too worried about it because I'll be fine. I wouldn't let you borrow it if I really needed it that bad. Now, there has been times where, and people don't know, but there has been times where I've helped people out and it put myself in a bind, or I was struggling, but I'm still one of those people where I'm still going to help you out. Now, if you tell me you're going to pay me back, then yeah, I would look forward to that. But I'll never just let you borrow the money and be like, I need it back by this day or whatever the case. But no, I feel like in a relationship, it depends on how much money it is. Like a relationship. Now, a marriage is different because at that point in time, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. I'm going to get it back somehow. But I feel like in a relationship, it just depends on how much it is or the agreement that y'all came up with.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how you borrowing money from your significant other at that point. How are you borrowing money from the person that you're in the relationship with? What are you borrowing money for? What do you need that I have not given you?
I mean, what if you got to get
I'm
something
just
fixed
playing.
on your car and you don't have the money, and so you ask,
It
hey,
depends
can
on
I
the
borrow some
dynamic in
money?
the relationship too, because everybody ain't
You know what?
everybody ain't about to just be buying you every damn thing all day. So yeah, bitch, you might have to borrow money from this person.
I was just playing around. But anyways, you did spark a moment in my head where I had a said individual that borrowed money from me, and it was an excessive amount. I ain't gonna lie, it was pushing quite a bit. So, but I understood the nature of the situation. They came to me humble, about it, and clearly they were upset. And I told them, I was like, well, it's good, basically the pretense was it was just like medication. And they told me that they were going to get reimbursed. They just had to wait for some things to work out. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'll let you borrow the money and just make sure you pay me back. And it did.
Okay.
Yeah. But I agree. It just depends on how much it is. I'm never going to count tabs on nobody, though. Especially the person I'm in a relationship with.
Yeah, I don't count tabs on anybody, honestly. If I got it, you got it. I'm trying to see everybody succeed.
Okay.
Now, bitch, look.
'Cause life is-
if you're steadily borrowing money, borrowing, and you say the word borrow, and you're gonna pay me back on this certain day, and you don't, and you just keep asking to borrow money that I'm not gonna get back, then no, I ain't letting you borrow a damn thing.
Thank God you're not in a relationship with them.
I ain't got it.
Oh, I'm speaking in general now.
Yeah.
I ain't got it, and clearly you don't either. What about you, Troy?
What about you, PB?
So, it depends for me on, I can say the dynamic of the relationship. Yeah, it's the dynamic of the relationship.
Okay. Well,
Because only two people. Only two people I'd never laid with could get bread from me.
for the cooch.
We not, well, no. Yeah, two people. And I want my money back if you say you're gonna pay it back. Cash ass, you decide. Cash ass.
And then if I need it back and I ask for it back, please don't get no attitude.
please,
Because you can have attattitude when you cash out, you request
And
me.
don't call my money funky either.
You have your little funky $20.
Yes, don't. Because it wasn't funky when you
When you
need
need it,
Right.
and it smell like roses, then fuck you.
Mm-hmm. You sure they should
I
have
had
that
a
shit all
man
up in
ask
the
to borrow
numbers?
some money from me, and he tried to ghost me when it was time to pay the money back. And yeah, I called him everything but a child of God, and he called me a demon.
So what does that sound like? What kind of words were those?
Ooh, every cuss word you could mix and match and put together. You bum, you take it from me.
Can
And
you give us like 3 examples?
I don't think
Shit,
I
that
can
was
say that
three,
on
wasn't
here. Right. And he called me a demon for it.
Oh.
Right. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I'd have preferred a bitch, but he called
mad as fuck for that.
He called me a demon, and
You was wrong as fuck.
it was
for
like
that.
$300 that you asked to borrow from me.
Borrow.
Right.
I loaned you this, and I did not add interest.
Yeah. Because
He said I made
you
him
would
feel
have.
I over here
You
twitching.
would have. You would
He
have went.
said I made him feel like shit because I was like, I'm a single mother of 2 kids, and you took money from me. You could have just said you weren't gonna give me the money back, but I'm expecting the money back.
Have they
And
borrowed money from you before?
no, that was like the first time.
Because there's folk that
But
you
that's
just
a-
know,
that
like when they say they're gonna
$300,
borrow money
like-
from you, and then that you.
I could give you 10, 15, 20, like that's okay, whatever. But if you say I just need to get a new tire on my car,
Now, I have had a situation to where somebody asked to borrow money from me, and I already knew they had no intentions of paying it back because they didn't. But I did like a reverse Uno, and I asked like 4 weeks later. I was like, "Hey, can I borrow that same amount?" And they was like, "Yeah." Where the fuck was it at before then?
why? I
So
know
you
what
just
you're
was,
talking
so
about.
you had the money and you just wasn't going to give it back. Okay, I gotta borrow my shit back, and I borrowed it back.
Crazy
They
word.
took your shit
Crazy word.
and to put themselves in a better position. So now that money is used as collateral. It's collecting interest. So now when you need it back, of course I got it.
He's a credit card at that point. He didn't want to use his money, so he used his money.
Yeah, I used my own shit back. Thank you.
That was smart though.
That shit
To get
crazy.
your
I'm a
money
little
back.
intelligent.
Is
A little bit.
you?
Just
Is
a little
you?
bit. It sometimes it's my downfall, but I'm a little smart mouth and
That's
everything.
right. Okay.
What's the next question? I got a bonus question too at the end that I
Ooh,
found.
Okay. Would you?
Is that the last one?
Yes. Would you rather to have loved and lost,
Oh,
or never loved at all?
Loved and lost. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go first this time too. Loved and lost because what the fuck? YOLO. I want the experience. I liked you, loved you clearly, so I don't regret it. I may regret some of the shit that's happened in the situation, but I don't regret it. I really don't live with regrets.
Right. That's good. That's good. There you go.
My therapist told me I couldn't talk about this type of stuff.
Wait, what? Oh.
Troy.
so the funny thing about this is, give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull something.
Look, I was like, okay, that's a simple
I
topic.
was a little taken back. You see me? Oh.
Not you give me another shoulder. I'd rather have loved and lost, and than what's the other one?
Never loved
They
at
never
all.
loved at all, because that is part of human nature. The part of human nature is to be wanted and to be in some type of emotional connection. And yeah, I'd rather take a chance and know that damn that shit didn't work the fuck out.
I done learned from it.
Learned with a capital E. They'll learn from it. Learn from it.
Okay.
Okay? Then just to be
You
like
missed the
somebody.
letter.
I feel like the L is there for sure. You can say, but you need to learn. Not learn. Learn. from
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
that
why?
was lowercase. Everything else is capitalized.
Correct.
Got
yeah,
it. Okay.
like learn. Learn. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I
So-
feel that. Clock it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's how people be texting and shit. One word capitalized, one letter capitalized, one not. Just be up and down.
Yeah, it's not.
I thought that.
It's
meant
not
that they was-
2006 anymore. We don't do that.
So, what was your thoughts?
So I particularly like this question because I was.
If I want to put a signature on my text message, I'm gonna put a signature on my text message.
I'm gonna put.
We realized used to
Dakotas.
do that.
Dakotas.
We did. I was.
Dakotas.
The codes.
The signatures used to be like the thing though. Like that was.
Yeah, though that bitch reflects your mood. You fuck around and text somebody, you know what I'm saying? Your name is the signature, and then that conversation get heated. It's bitch fuck you.
Yeah,
It's subliminal as fuck, but it's not subliminal.
My bad.
And I used to have certain signatures for certain texts.
Bitches ain't shit.
Yep. Fuck these hoes, 2020.
MOB.
Or 20. That was 2020.
Definitely texting me. So is that for me or?
Now, I'm just listening to this song, but if the shoe fit. So, but to answer the question, so at one point in time, I thought I was doing some things in life, and I just realized that I wasn't doing anything at all. But I had decided I was going to write a book.
Okay.
And the title of my book was called "No Love Lost, No Love Found."
Yeah, felt that.
So
Did you write it?
it's still here in my notes. You can see the last time I touched it was in September of 2023.
Is
the
that
last time I touched
that
it.
you made the rap?
No. Yeah. But to answer the question, I would much rather have loved and lost than to not have loved at all. I've loved a few. I've lost a lot.
I've lost.
I loved a couple.
Yeah, I think people that don't love at all are emotionally unavailable.
But you know how hard it is to love when you're emotionally unavailable?
You know how hard it is to not love at all?
Because you're emotionally unavailable?
I think that it's crazy because I think everybody experiences some form of love, whether they know it or not, or they can admit it or not. The mind is a powerful thing. I'm telling you, whether you want to, it might be one of those love at first sights. You look at them and you're physically attracted, and next thing you know, that's all you fucking think about.
That's it, son. And it's like
You're in love.
you're in love.
And you don't know it.
Got to be.
Yeah. So
Roped you in.
Okay.
oh,
Yeah, and I think that's one of those
Not the
things
rope.
where it's like, if you as an individual can't like, whether you can understand the feelings or process the feelings, if you as an individual can ignore all of that and not love, you need help.
Now look,
people do that type of shit all the time though.
Now there's
that. Please elaborate on that.
All the time.
I need you to
Now, like,
can you
there-
quantify.
it might actually go hand in hand with what I'm about to say. So there has been like times where you deal with heartbreaks and shit like that. So you close off the love.
But
so,
you loved. They're not loved at all. I'm talking about you never loved.
You've loved somebody.
That's what I'm saying. If you've never loved anybody, if you come to my face and tell me you've never loved a person, in
Then
some
get out
form
of my
fashion,
face.
Look, I don't think I need to be interacting with you at all. To be
But
honest
no,
with you.
sometimes it is fuck love. I will say that. Sometimes it is fuck
Just
love.
feelings.
Yeah,
You just have feelings.
You feel like that. Yeah,
That's the problem, the
but
feelings.
sometimes it is fuck love if you go through certain things. But to not love at all, I just feel like you have some love for somebody.
Yeah.
So this doesn't extend to family. This doesn't extend to friends. Like when we're talking about love, is it just purely like infatuation behind somebody, or we're talking about like you've never? Because you know what they say. Typically, like a
I
girl.
like that infatuation.
I think a girl.
I feel like that's two different things though. Being infatuated with somebody and being in love with somebody is two different things.
Indeed, it is. And
They say that at the end of one of Lauryn Hill songs.
I'll bring y'all in on that. That's actually in the book. But hey, just real quick, if I may, you remember the first time you fell in love? When was it?
I was in high school.
Okay. You remember the first time you fell in love?
I think I didn't fall in love. I think I built the love. I think it slowly crept up on me, and I didn't realize it until one day I realized it. It was one of those things where I didn't know that I loved them until I loved them. It's not something that I was just in love with you. I had to
And it's funny
I had to earn that feeling.
that you say that, because you was on my ass when we talked about that on that episode, when I was like, I know what I know. You was on my ass.
About what?
Because I knew when I knew. We was
Oh,
talking
you
about,
knew when you
we
knew.
was talking about the talking stage.
Yeah.
So you didn't know you was in love with him until you knew you was in love with
I
him.
think we're still at two separate talking points when we're
We're
coming
not.
to
What the
that.
fuck?
Yeah, because
just don't wanna
we're
agree.
talking
It's
about
all good.
I think
when you
it's
go into a
good.
relationship and when you know that's something that you want to actually like go from a talking stage to being dating and stuff like that. Like
we're talking.
You don't have to necessarily be in love with them to be.
I don't know where I want this shit to go until I know. Semantics.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, we will. You remember the first time you fell in love?
Yes, I do.
When was it?
The first time I fell in love, it was because it's been a couple times. It's been. I fall in love quick, guys. The first time was.
Do you love them or you fall in love with them?
Like you fall because we know that there's a difference. There's definitely.
Let me answer the question first. Hold on. So the first time was like 2012. It was high school. So I was in love with this person. I will say that. But to answer that question, was I in love or did I just love this person? If I reach a point to where this person is the only person I could really think about most of the day, I would say
in love with them.
Right. So like I said, I've been in love a couple of times.
I'm not wrong with that. Been in love a couple of times.
Because I think loving somebody is when those in love moments die down. Because that's how
you have to love them first before you fall in love.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes like being in love doesn't always be there. But having love for them is like that's like the baseline.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna care for you, I'm not gonna disrespect you, I'm not gonna call you at your name, you know, I'm gonna respect our relationship because I love you. Or, you know, just relationship in general, friend, significant other, all that shit. That's the baseline for me. But when I'm in love with you, you know, that's gonna variate sometimes because, you know, that's life. Especially if you've been around this person for so many years.
So I mean, you can fall out of love.
Yeah, and then fall back in love.
I've had that happen before too. Yeah.
Now, so was it really love if you felt out of love with them?
Well, if you break up with somebody, do you fall out of love with them?
If you break up with them, do you still lose that connection? Do you still lose that bond?
That's what I'm saying. Like
no,
that's the whole point of having love for somebody than versus being in love. There's people that get divorced and they have love for them, but they're not in love with them. That are the same thing with people who are in relationships and they got love for them, so they're not going to disrespect them and know what they. You might not be like, oh, I'm swooned and shit the whole time, but you gonna have love for them.
I feel like unless the breakup was just bad, I will still have love for them once it's over, but I'm not going to be, clearly I'm not in love with you anymore because we broke up.
Right.
I just feel like
I turned my feelings out.
Or even if the feelings weren't mutual and I'm still in love with you, but we broke up, eventually that's going to go away. Mm-hmm. It just takes time.
Yeah, that's why you hear people say, I always got love for them in my heart, but I don't love them. I'm not in love with them no more.
Yeah.
Like you hear shit like that all the time.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
All right. So,
he didn't get.
You didn't do your part.
Oh.
Steal my thunder? No, I haven't talked enough. Actually, hold on. Yeah. All right, Troy.
Yeah. So, I've been in love twice. What I remember the first time I fell in love, it was in 2007. Yeah, that's when I knew like I was an adult, and all that shit I had been doing was this childish shit. That's some little boy shit. Yeah, I remember that. And then the time after, well, just to preface it. So real quick, it was like right after my brother accident. You know what I'm saying? So like everything is like crazy, and I'm expecting my daughter like at this time, and her mom is out of town getting her hair done. And she sent me a picture, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's in the midst of, like, all this. And so she sent me a picture, and she was like, we miss you. And it's a picture of her stomach. I was like, you know what? Yeah, son. That's some grown-ass shit right there. That's some grown-ass shit.
Kind of made a baby.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You don't get no more grown than that.
Yeah. And the second time.
I ain't grown yet, I guess.
Yeah.
There's like levels to it, you know what I'm saying? You got your degree, you get your master's, then you get your PhD. you start specializing in shit. I think when you have children, it's like a PhD. You don't specialize in certain type of adult.
You specialize in fucking? No.
No, I just said a certain type of adulthoodness.
Specialize in shooting the club up?
No, you ain't specializing in shit.
Because specialize in fucking and they still ain't got kids.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, some people say you don't know what you're doing when
If
you get them pregnant.
Oh.
A fucking broke watch.
That's what
A
they
broke
say.
watch is right 2 times a day.
Look, I thought you was about to say that you don't know what you're doing if you don't have no kids. I was about to say, I'd be damned.
Wait a minute.
We have enough
This
folks.
is my no square.
Don't touch me. This is my no-no square. Yeah, because sometimes, bro, you put it on the mic, they be fucked up in the head. Shit.
I'm gonna do my own little horn for a little bit.
Come on now.
I feel like I've loved, but I don't feel like I've lost. I feel like they lost.
Okay.
Talk your
I'll
talk.
fuck with that.
Talk your talk, girl. You lost.
They always
out.
come back around.
You lost
Or
out.
want to come back around.
Yup. And what you gonna do when they come back around? Get the fuck out her face.
Deuces, you had your chance.
Ain't no more wings for you, bitch.
We moved on from the wings. We on strips now, bitch.
Okay,
And they good.
Graduated, yeah.
Yup.
Yup.
Yeah.
All right, so the last question is a bonus question. It kind of ties into relationship that
Okay.
you were talking about. So I ordered this game, and
That's how the dogs be.
you need that, okay?
That's how the dogs be.
Huffing and sighing. So I ordered this game off TikTok that I'm gonna play at some party in the future, but it's called Let's Argue. So I was going through the cards. It's like debatable topics, and I really want y'all opinion the most. We're gonna get yours too, but I really want y'all's opinion the most. So the card says a person cheats on their spouse with his/her best friend. Who should he or she be mad at the most?
The best
partner.
friend? This is the best friend?
Yes, so a person cheats on their spouse with his or her best friend. Who should he or she be mad at the most?
Be mad at your partner because that's who owe you loyalty. Me, I'm speaking as if I'm the best friend. I don't owe you nothing. I'm friends with him. I ain't friends with you. So I don't owe you no loyalty. He owe you loyalty though. So they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay, what's your opinion?
That's it.
So you wouldn't...
Now you got every right to be mad at me, but you can't hold me to that. Like I don't owe you anything.
No, first of all,
No, I don't owe you nothing.
if you're my best friend and you cheat with my significant other...
That sound like a different situation
That's a
from what's on
different-
that card.
that your significant other is best friends with her.
Oh,
That's what I was getting from the
I didn't
card.
get that either. Wait, can we
Yeah,
read
it
that one more
says
time?
your significant
A
other.
person cheats on their spouse with their best friend.
So
Who's
so just for
Your
context,
partner.
let's paint the picture so we everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm me. I'm married or I'm in a relationship. All right.
Yes.
And I cheat on my wife or my girlfriend
With your best friend.
my best friend. Who should my wife be mad at? Should my wife be mad at me or should my wife be mad at my best friend?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
The
I feel
whole your partner cheated on you with their best friend.
See, this is why.
well, maybe that's what it means.
Read the question.
This is
again.
why reading is fundamental.
The question
You use
says
context
a
clues.
person cheats on their spouse with his
or her best friend. I just
Right, that's what you
painted
just
the
said.
scene.
I think the
I
context is
think the way that they worded it, it could go either way, honestly.
Yeah.
But
You say communication is key, but it's
I
comprehension.
apologize that I'm not
I
communicating.
mean,
not
it could go either
comprehending.
way because
like I just said, it could go either way.
I just got here. I'm just happy to be here,
I
guys.
just got inaugurated. Give me a second.
Right.
Me personally,
I'm not gonna show my
I
ass
feel
today.
like- let's just use this example. I feel like if my significant other cheated on me with my best friend, I'm sorry. I'm mad about y'all both.
Right,
Honestly,
I agree.
I'm mad at the significant other because we have this union, right, or whatever. But I'm mad at the best friend because So you've been playing in my face this whole time and behind my back messing around with my significant other? No.
No, I'm gonna be mad at the best friend.
I'm gonna be mad at both of them.
I mean,
because I done told the best friend.
Me and the best friend.
Yeah, see, I gave the best friend all the ammunition for to be able to come in here and handle business.
I done told the best friend information that you only tell a best friend. So now you didn't use the shit against me and then ran up in my house. So yeah, me and the best friend, I'll be mad at the spouse. Like the spouse,
I might be triggered.
But the best friend, yeah, you have to fight me.
Yeah, that part.
I agree.
Because you know everything I've been through. You know everything I've dealt with. So you know how much this would hurt me. Yeah,
I agree. Because y'all both wrong. Y'all both played me in my face at that point.
Yeah.
You know.
But on the other scenario, it still could go the other way. Cause like, what if your wife is cool with your best friend?
No.
That does happen.
It's still my best friend.
If your wife is cool with my best friend, or if my wife is cool with my best friend,
yeah,
and she fucks him,
yeah.
Then this
the issue's still with the best friend.
the issue is definitely with both of them because as my wife, you should respect me enough to know that your friends shouldn't have these type of like feelings, and if they did have these type of feelings, you should keep them at bay.
I just wanna know, what did I do to make that nigga that mad? Why you gotta go fuck my best friend?
That's a whole. You don't get a nigga back like that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You should at some point you should know your best friend like on your woman.
It's
know.
definitely gonna
the signs will always be there.
Always.
Because especially if y'all drink around each other and then they doing a little, I'm like,
Friendship over. But you don't get a nigga back like that.
no, I might give you a little one-on-one, little coaching, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a coach.
You fucking lying.
Accountability.
After that, accountability is a complete ass whooping. I'm telling you, I'm like, look, I'm pulling you to the side because I felt like you was doing a little this and this with my girl, and it was coming out a little funky. So I'm gonna hear it from your side first. While I'm gonna address it. Are we good?
Is that the?
Because I'm telling you, if I see this shit again,
Before I holler off and hit your ass,
yeah,
we used to
before I
have
see
a
this shit again,
conversation.
and I'm live, little fucking spaz the fuck out on your ass. I'm telling you right now, we good. Are you good? I need to know. Tell me, like, do you want her?
It's always gonna be a sign.
Yes.
It's always gonna be
you
a
in that
sign.
chair about
What if they say that?
Cause they gonna make that comment.
The moment that oh boy, I'm setting my fist through the side of your head.
You can always tell.
Man.
Yeah, but no, you can't tell. Like, cause obviously that's your friend. You should know your friend, and you should know the people that are around you. You should know your girl. On top of that, what kind of pastor she got? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cause don't be flirting with my dude.
Yeah, you should know your girl might be flirtatious too. And if you see that shit, you see behaviors where, okay, well,
So
if that shit really happens, honestly, you should be mad at yourself too, because how the fuck you didn't catch that?
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna whoop their ass. I feel played, but I should have caught it.
You don't get a nigga back like that.
hey, so now I feel the same way. I heard you say this, and I always bite my tongue. So now, if you know that your significant other has a very flirtatious personality, like how do you address that in that scenario?
I think that's a whole other type of conversation. You should already have had those type of conversations with your partner.
But I'm saying, do you realize you be flirting? Because you just having conversations.
Does your partner know that?
Sometimes I just be saying shit for my entertainment. It don't really
It don't go nowhere. But that's also.
It don't go nowhere, and
but that can also be an issue.
don't be taking it serious. It's
right.
funny to me.
As long as your partner knows that. If your partner knows that,
yeah,
and they're cool with it, that's
I'm gonna flirt with your grandma, me.
You know what I'm saying?
For real, because that's just how I am.
Yeah, it's like,
all right now, you better, girl.
Come on now.
If I'm about 30 years old with a bad hip, I'll show you something. Shit, I'm gonna be on this side of that walker.
You know.
All right.
Now, me personally, I don't feel like, and y'all staring at me, but I don't feel like.
I mean, you talking.
Because I feel like one of y'all is about to say something smart. I don't feel like I have a flirtatious personality. I feel like I'm just cold as fuck. I'm just smooth with my words, and it may come off as flirting, but I don't see it like that, but people around me might think I'm flirting.
That's a nice synonym. Just because you don't see it as such doesn't mean that it ain't such.
Well, it's never been brought to my attention, really, so I'm going to continue to do what I do.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Anyway,
I don't think I have a flirtatious personality.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm the problem either.
You're the problem?
No.
how did we get here?
Problem.
How did we get here?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Do you know when you're flirting?
I am a natural flirt, son.
Okay.
Like
I'm a
R.
flirt,
Kelly,
I'm a
Bow
flirt,
Wow.
I'm a
That
flirt,
was
I'm a
my
flirt.
to this day. That's my goddamn thing. So if I catch the vibe, like, and we josing, like, I want you to feel good. Like we engaged in that because look, how I know our interaction ain't gonna change your day. You sitting in here flirting me. You 60 years old. And shit, now you wanna go home and you wanna do a little slow wine for George. Shit, George done had a hard week. His ass been sitting on his couch, mad cause the batteries in he can't keep over the goddamn remote watching westerns. And shit, you go in the house.
He ain't been bricked up in the last 5 years. Now you got him on the good note.
Now you go in there, you got that moo on for George, and George like
Easy access.
Yeah.
Hey, and that came from me. I made your day. I helped George out.
Yeah, put that moo to the side.
I was sexy,
Yeah,
so
shit.
I gotta come and show you what I'm working
For
with.
real.
So you flirt for fun. You're a natural flirt. Do you know when you flirt?
Yes, I definitely do. I think I'm also a natural flirt. That just comes with my fire sign. I think I'm just a flirtatious individual in general. But I'm not gonna do it to a disrespectful extent if I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. I don't realize when I'm doing it because like I'm in the moment. Like they be saying like I got a thing that I do when I'm at work.
The leg. This is what he do.
He gonna pop that bitch up, huh?
Cause I showed Okay, I've seen it.
Okay, maybe I flirt a little bit.
And you be smiling and shit, cause you know his ass. He gonna be. he said.
And he do this.
You do that too. I'm about to get in some shit.
So y'all know me. So y'all know me.
We've been around you long enough to know.
You ain't lying with
Man,
those.
what's up, dog? Hey, Birdman.
Hey, do we not get results? Does it not work?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It worked. I mean, I used that to my advantage back in the days too.
I ain't gonna lie, your clothes rate pretty crazy.
When
It's
the
nice.
when the number's green, ain't nobody complaining.
You know, so prop your leg up.
Yeah,
you
I
want
do what I
to.
gotta do. You know. Hey, when them checks hit,
Start propping my leg up.
when the checks hit, ain't nobody complaining.
Maybe I flirt a little bit, but I feel like it's harmless.
He did what he had to
Yeah,
do.
I think it's a such thing as a harmless flirting, as long as you don't take it there.
Bitch, if I look,
Now I'm gonna be honest with. Sometimes I do have to like hold
Reel it
on. I was just playing.
if I flirt with you, consider it a compliment because everybody don't get it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like depending on the nature of the flirt. Sometimes, it's like you can tell playful banter versus like
playful banter.
You want a little something.
Yeah.
You want
Cause
something.
I done went to the
out of
club, for example. I done went to the club and they do the one things and you got anything on you and I'm like, all I got is this ass. And and then they wanna let me get your number at the end of the night. I was just having a little fun. I ain't
That
really
just says a
mean-
lot about them.
And me, I'll be like,
They need it.
I'll be like, my
They
what?
need
You want my what?
Yeah.
Cause I said that.
Number, you can have my
That's
Snapchat.
crazy.
Yeah. They had a
I
long
don't
week,
need to
Kaila.
get my Snapchat out.
Yeah, they had a long week.
What they got to do with me?
Because they felt an opportunity, and I'm talking about foaming at the mouth.
Oh, I know.
Foaming at the mouth.
Finding you on social media, sending you pictures, and
Yeah.
I want to take you out. Whoa.
I remember you at the
Whoa,
club. You
sir.
did a little 360 for me one time.
Hey.
Whoa.
Dog, I don't like that. I don't like that anybody can just find you. I don't even use my fucking real name. I really don't like that y'all. I don't use my real name. So whenever a motherfucker, if I meet you or you see me, in fucking Walmart. You dropped your fucking lotion, I pick it up and I hand it to you, and then 5 hours later you're my friend on Facebook. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how the fuck did you find me?
First of all, the name you use is not your real name.
My point exactly, nigga. Y'all don't even have no profile picture.
They do find you though.
Some of
It's
them,
something that Facebook be doing because you just pop up.
Yeah, 'cause they be popping up in
your people you may know. Like,
I don't have a profile picture.
But who else got those names?
You dropped your fucking lotion in Walmart when you was checking out, and I picked it up and gave it to you, and now I get a friend request from you 4 hours later. How the fuck does that work?
some people are fucking FBI.
I don't like that shit.
Then they just not right.
Hey, can I get a new fucking FBI agent? Cause that motherfucker is not FBI the way I need him to FBI.
He in the back like, God damn.
He back there laying on his fucking dick or something, bitch. I need you to protect me.
Oh my.
He said protect him
At all costs.
at all costs. So if you out there and you not getting PB right, you fucking up.
So today we learned don't send out no friend request.
To me.
At all.
Fuck.
It ain't getting accepted. And if you don't make 3 profiles and send out 5 different requests and they ain't get accepted the first fucking time,
That's desperate. Don't
You
do
need
that.
help.
That's desperate. That's real desperate.
Yeah, it's a difference between desperate and flirting. Some of y'all need to stop. It ain't.
well, speaking about desperate, we need some no, I'm just kidding.
You need some what?
Subscribe, like, comment. It's been a great
We're
episode.
desperate for subscribers.
Hell,
I might flirt with you for a subscribe.
please. I'll show you a little leg.
Like-
The leg up.
Yeah,
The leg up.
I put that leg in that chair for you.
You want to take a block under my gander? A gander under my block? Shit.
You don't need to show those. You be in this bitch with tank tops on, putting your ass in people, spraying your leg. You don't need to do nothing else.
Man, he still ain't let me live that down.
It's on the internet.
I was like, he said, damn, you got your shit spread up all in front of Kayla's face. You don't got your ass up on the
And poor Kayla's just sitting here like, what do I do?
All
did I
right,
do?
y'all ain't had yourself a cowboy put his ass on the table. Ain't had his ass on the table in a minute. Okay? So when I tell you, you get you one of these.
So that wraps up another episode of Triple P&J.
Make sure y'all
Thank
like.
y'all for watching.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the episode on the audio platforms, download the episode, and we will see y'all next week.